In a remote village nestled between mountains and lush forest, there lived a family of 8, father, mother, and 6 children. The Adebanjo family was known far and wide for their immense wealth. Their sprawling mansion, perched on a hill overlooking the village, was a sight to behold. The villagers often whispered about the family's fortune, admiring their success but also feeling a sense of unease. Despite their wealth, the Adebanjo family kept to themselves, rarely interacting with others in the village. Their isolation only fueled rumors and speculation about how they had acquired their riches. The villagers often wondered what the family's secret was. Some believed it was hard work, while others suspected something more sinister. But no one knew for sure, and the family never spoke of their past. The Adebanjo children, all of them strikingly beautiful and impeccably dressed, were often seen walking through the village with an air of mystery about them. The villagers could only guess at what went on behind the walls of the grand mansion on the hill. The story of the Adebanjo family's rise to wealth began many years ago, when Chief Adebanjo, the patriarch of the family, was just a young man. Born into poverty, Chief Adebanjo was determined to escape the life of hardship that his parents had endured. He worked tirelessly, taking on any job he could find, and eventually saved enough money to start a small business. His business grew rapidly, and soon he was one of the wealthiest men in the region. But his success didn't come without sacrifice. Chief Adebanjo made deals and decisions that would haunt him for the rest of his life. One day, while exploring the dense forest beyond the village, Chief Adebanjo stumbled upon an ancient shrine hidden among the trees. The shrine was old and weathered, with carvings that told stories of forgotten gods and ancient rituals. Driven by a mixture of curiosity and ambition, Chief Adebanjo made a fateful decision: he would seek the blessings of the old gods to ensure his success and wealth. The rituals he performed at the shrine would set in motion a chain of events that would forever change the fate of his family. As Chief Adebanjo performed the rituals at the ancient shrine, he felt a strange energy envelop him. The air around him grew heavy, and the forest seemed to come alive with whispers. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, a spirit, ancient and powerful. The spirit, with eyes like burning embers, spoke to Chief Adebanjo in a voice that echoed through the trees. It offered him a deal: immense wealth and success in exchange for a part of his soul and a promise to honor the old gods with sacrifices. Blinded by ambition, Chief Adebanjo agreed to the spirit's terms. The spirit placed a mark on his hand, sealing the pact. From that day forward, everything Chief Adebanjo touched turned to gold. His business flourished, and his wealth grew beyond his wildest dreams. But the pact came with a price. Chief Adebanjo was bound to the old gods, and the sacrifices they demanded were dark and sinister. Years passed, and Chief Adebanjo's wealth continued to grow. He married a beautiful woman, and together they had 6 children. The family lived in luxury, their every need met by the fortune Chief Adebanjo had amassed. But beneath the surface, a dark secret was festering. The sacrifices demanded by the old gods became more frequent and more disturbing. Chief Adebanjo, once a man of ambition, was now a man haunted by guilt and fear. The curse placed on the family by the old gods began to manifest in subtle but terrifying ways. The children, though beautiful and intelligent, began to show signs of darkness. Each child seemed to carry a piece of the curse, and as they grew older, their behavior became increasingly erratic and disturbing. The once happy and united family began to fracture, with secrets and lies tearing them apart from within. Chief Adebanjo, now an older man, realized the true cost of his pact. He had doomed his family to a life of darkness and suffering, all in the pursuit of wealth. But the curse was not easily broken, and the old gods were not easily appeased. The family's dark secret was on the verge of being exposed, and the consequences would be devastating. The Adebanjo children, now adults, began to question the source of their family's wealth. They had always known that something was not right, but their parents had kept the truth from them. The eldest son, Duro, was the first to uncover the dark secret. He found his father's journal hidden in the mansion's library, filled with accounts of the rituals and sacrifices that had secured their fortune. Horrified, Duro confronted his father, demanding to know the truth. Chief Adebanjo, weakened by age and guilt, confessed everything. He told Duro about the pact he had made with the old gods, the sacrifices he had performed, and the curse that now plagued their family. Duro was devastated but also determined to break the curse. He knew that the only way to free his family from the darkness was to confront the old gods and make amends for his father's sins. The other siblings soon learned of the curse as well, and the family was thrown into turmoil. Some wanted to leave the mansion and start new lives, free from the burden of their father's mistakes. Others, however, were drawn to the power and wealth that the curse had given them, unwilling to let go of their privileged lives. The family was divided, with each member struggling to decide their own fate. As the truth about the family's wealth spread among the siblings, a rift began to form. While Duro was determined to break the curse and free the family from its dark legacy, some of his siblings were not so sure. The power and wealth that came with the curse were intoxicating, and the thought of giving it all up was terrifying. The allure of luxury, influence, and status was a potent temptation. The youngest sibling, Tiwa, who had always been captivated by the splendor of their lifestyle, began to delve deeper into the occult practices her father had engaged in. She sought out forbidden knowledge, hoping to find a way to strengthen the family's grip on their wealth and possibly even turn the curse to their advantage. Tiwa's fascination with the dark arts grew, and she became more secretive and erratic, her behavior reflecting the dangerous allure of power. The family's internal conflict reached a boiling point as tensions mounted. Some siblings sided with Duro, advocating for a clean break from their cursed past, while others, led by Tiwa, were seduced by the idea of harnessing the dark powers for their own gain. The mansion, once a symbol of prosperity and unity, became a battleground of ideologies, with the family's future hanging in the balance. As the family's internal strife intensified, Duro decided that the only way to end their suffering was to confront the old gods directly. With the help of a few allies, he set out to find the ancient shrine where his father had made the original pact. The journey was perilous, filled with supernatural challenges and tests of resolve. Upon reaching the shrine, Duro and his allies performed a counter-ritual intended to appease the old gods and break the curse. They offered a heartfelt plea for forgiveness and made sacrifices of their own, hoping to undo the damage caused by Chief Adebanjo's original pact. The ritual was fraught with danger, and the spirit's presence was palpable, their power swirling around the shrine like a living entity. As the ritual reached its climax, the sky darkened, and the ground trembled. The old gods appeared in a whirlwind of ethereal energy, their forms shifting between light and shadow. The confrontation was intense, with Duro and his allies struggling to hold their ground against the gods' formidable presence. The outcome of the ritual would determine the fate of the Adebanjo family and their future. The counter-ritual had unpredictable consequences. The old gods, appeased but not entirely satisfied, chose to impose a final test on the Adebanjo family. The curse was not fully lifted but was transformed into a series of trials that would test the family's unity, resolve, and morality. Each member of the Adebanjo family was forced to confront their deepest fears and desires. The trials revealed hidden truths and forced the siblings to confront their own inner darkness. Tiwa's descent into the occult had far-reaching consequences, as her actions had unintended repercussions on the family's wealth and standing. The mansion became a place of turmoil and transformation. The siblings were tested in ways they had never imagined, and their relationships were strained to the breaking point. Some found redemption through their trials, while others succumbed to the darkness that had once promised them power and wealth. After enduring the trials, the Adebanjo family began to come to terms with their past and their actions. The experience had changed them, and they were forced to confront the consequences of their choices. Some family members chose to leave the mansion behind, seeking a simpler life away from the shadows of their past. Others, having faced their demons, decided to stay and rebuild their lives in a more meaningful and ethical way. Duro emerged as a leader, guiding the family through the process of healing and renewal. He worked to restore the family's reputation in the village, making amends for the harm caused by their wealth and influence. The mansion was transformed into a place of community service and charity, serving as a symbol of their commitment to change. The old gods, sensing the genuine repentance and transformation within the family, lifted the remaining aspects of the curse. The Adebanjos were given a chance to start anew, with a renewed sense of purpose and unity. The village, once wary of the family, began to embrace them as allies and partners in their efforts to improve the community. With their past behind them and their new life taking shape, the Adebanjo family looked to the future with hope and determination. The lessons learned from their trials and tribulations became a cornerstone of their new legacy. They used their wealth and influence to support education, healthcare, and infrastructure in the village, working to ensure that their past mistakes would not be repeated. The family's story became a powerful tale of redemption, transformation, and the importance of facing one's darkest truths. It served as a reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the value of integrity and unity. The Adebanjo name, once associated with darkness and mystery, now symbolized resilience, compassion, and positive change. As the years went by, the Adebanjo family's legacy continued to inspire future generations. Their journey from darkness to light became a beacon of hope for others facing their own challenges. The mansion, now a symbol of renewal, stood as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of redemption. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this story. Please kindly like the video, comment your thoughts, and please subscribe for more enchanting tales. Thank you.